Excuse me, milady.
Yes, Joe.
May I have this dance?
Thank you.
As you can tell, I don't know how to dance, and that's a little bigger than what I normally like, so. Hey, what's up, guys? On today's video, we are going to be looking at self-leveling casters that I purchased off Amazon. Hopefully, one of these sets is going to work for this Doall bandsaw because I need to get this thing moved around the shop. That bandsaw weighs roughly, I don't know, anywhere from 700 to 1,000 pounds or so. I haven't looked it up. I haven't done too much. I purchased this thing about a year or two ago, and it's been sitting in storage, and I just needed to get it out of there, and now it's in the shop. Unfortunately, it's sitting on top of a pallet, and I need to get this thing moved around the shop, and so I figured the easiest thing to do was to get a set of casters for it. But having a normal set of casters has a problem. The locking mechanism on some of them can actually make the item still pivot a little bit, which is extremely dangerous and troublesome for a bandsaw, especially if you're using it while they're on them. What I also wanted to do was have it on casters because I don't know where I want this thing to be permanently stationed as of right now. So it would be nice to be able to wheel it around, put it where I want, and then move it later until I find a good spot for it. These self-leveling casters have the ability to be a caster, but then you can then twist the knob or use the little ratchet depending on the model you buy, and you are able to bring little feet down that will then touch the ground, raise the item up off the ground, off the wheels, and become like basically like table legs so it won't move on you. And you can also raise one side higher than the other to then make the item level within a general amount of height difference. They seem to be pretty nice. I have seen them before, but I bought 3 different types. One of them is the newer ratcheting style, and one of them is the older twist knob, and then the other set I got just has a different type of mounting on it, which is the mounting that I am trying to use for this thing. So let's do an unboxing, let's check them out, and then let's hopefully get one of these installed on this bandsaw, and hopefully the thing doesn't tip over on me and make me cry. So let's get to it.
All right, guys, so here are the 3 different sets of casters that I got from Amazon. Each one has the same exact rating. I made this little card so that way we can kind of put it next to the casters and we know what they are. They're all individually rated at 550 pounds per caster. So it's about 2,200 pounds with the 4 combined, supposedly. The Hulky, this one... these 2 are ratcheting, and then this one has a little turny wheel. We'll open them up, we'll look at them and compare, and we'll see what's good, what's bad, and the good ones to use. So let's do that right now. So these are the Hulkies. These should be the ratcheting casters, but they should have a plate for mounting. Alright, so here's Hulkies. We have a user manual, owner's manual. And then we have one of the casters. So these are, yeah, so see, these are the ratcheting style. And then this ratchet actuates the foot that goes up or down, which allows this to either roll or then just raise off the ground so it becomes like a fixed foot. So yeah, so that's the Hulky. So let's keep going, and then we'll pull them out and then we'll compare them all. Okay, next is the WBD. You know, when I was looking at these online, they all kind of look the same except for colors and stuff, so I don't know how much different they're really going to be from each other. Well, packaging for sure, because the Hulkies came in plastic bags. So these are also... Okay, so these are the ratcheting style also, but these have the bolt that goes in for equipment that just has a hole already and you just want to put it up in it. This one does not have an owner's manual, I don't see. There's no owner's manual in this one. They're not wrapped in bags, but then here are the bolts. So we'll look at that in a minute. So these are the WBDs. And then this should be Homan. Okay, so these are the cheaper ones because these have the little spinny wheel where you have to physically turn it by hand instead of having that ratchet like on these other ones. So, and then also these are the ones with the studs because this is what I thought was going to work best for my application. We have the bolts, and we don't have an owner's manual either. So let's pull them all out and let's compare them all, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so here they are out of the boxes. We have the Homans, the WBDs, and the Hulkies. $39.95 for the Homan. This one was the cheaper one in this style with the stud because it has the little turn wheel. I couldn't find anything cheaper than this one with the stud. So you get basically a manual turn wheel. You get 4 studs or whatever, studs and nuts that go into the top. So if you wanted to put it into, you know, a table or whatever it is. Here's the WBD. These are I guess these are the cheapest in the ratcheting style with the stud that I could find. But so this one has like a little ratchet on it where you can flip it and then ratchet the other way, and then this moves this pad up and down like we were talking about in order to make this roll around or just be flat on the ground and not move at all. So and then the Hulkie has the ratchet, but this one has the plate, and these ones are $39.99. And again, these are all rated the same at 550 pounds per caster. So let's see what the difference really is, besides obviously the application where you either get a stud or you get the plate for mounting. They are all rated about the same weight, 550 pounds. They're all made of cast aluminum on this housing. I know that because it says it in the description. And if you take a magnet, it doesn't stick, but the magnet sticks up here, but it won't stick there. So the ratchet itself is also cast aluminum because it don't stick, or some type of cast pot metal or whatever. Right off the bat, the thing I can tell different on these two studs ones is this WBD, you can see the bearings. I can really see those bearings. So I can see a problem with dirt and debris getting up in there. I guess if you're in a spot like that, for me, I don't plan on moving this too much, so that, I mean, I guess if I smother it real good, the extra grease will kind of protect the bearings from getting dirt in them. But, you know, I don't know. These ones, they seem to be recessed. See, that's so much better. I wish they were recessed like that on those. You know, it's just, they're so much better. I just don't think that this thumb wheel is going to be easy to lift that bandsaw up and down easily. I mean, you would have to basically take, you know, let's get a little 4-in-1, 6-in-1 screwdriver. You'd have to basically take the screwdriver, if you couldn't move it by your finger on the back, and then just, you know, do a little pry action to get it to move or whatever. So, you know, pry it against the metal right here, and then, I don't know. So, I only got these because I wanted to try out this little thumb wheel. I really didn't think they were going to work. I've seen some negativity on these ratchets that supposedly they break. There's another negativity about these ratchets that when the unit is stationary and you twist it, you see how the ratchet moves? So that's the problem, is when people were saying that when you roll it around and then you do a hard turn, the ratchet gets across and then starts ratcheting, which then in turn moves this pad up and down. And they were saying like it'll bind up and cause all sorts of problems. I don't plan on moving this saw that much, and if I do move it, I'll just have to prepare for that. So this one has the smoothest texture out of all of them, this Hulky. I kind of like the way this one looks better out of all of them. Okay, so there's a difference right there. Right at the bottom where the wheels go, this casting is solid, and these two have openings. And from what it looks like is that okay, so this has set screws that hold the rod in to keep this wheel in place. And then this one, by the looks of it, I bet this rod goes through and then this just screws in. So let's go see about those real quick. You know, I'm just curious. That's why I got these couple sets, is just to kind of see what these casters are all about. Because if they work good for this application, I'm going to end up using them for a couple different things I have. So it'd be nice to know right now what we're getting, so when we order it, you know, we know. All right, yep. So it has just the slots. It looks like it just goes in. One side's round, one side had flats. I guess the flat for the screw to hold it. And it is a solid, greasy rod. So, and then the wheel. The wheels are, I don't know if that's, I think that's nylon. So, and then there's your little ratchet. So that fits right in. And it looks like these little tiny screws are just to keep this thing from falling out when you use it. Because when you have weight on it, obviously it's going to push it up into it. And it's going to hold itself. So I guess it doesn't matter that these screws are tiny and, you know, dainty. So let's just put these back in. Right, so this Hulky here has the same thing. It also has the screws, it has the bar, so it looks the same. The only difference is this wheel looks like it has little spoke reinforcements on it to make it stronger. This wheel looks and feels a little more rough than this one. It's still smooth, don't get me wrong. Just this one seems polished and this one seems a little more rough. I doubt it matters. Let's check out this wheel, how this works. Oh yeah, so, okay. Is it going to come out? We're going to have to tappy. Well, that thing's pressed in there. Nothing for science, right? For the shop. Yeah, so, okay, so it is. It's just a rod, and it's just drilled enough so the screw can go in, and it just goes all the way through. I don't know, that's a nice design too. And then this wheel has little spokes. I mean, I guess that's good too. I don't know which one I like better. I mean, obviously to me this one seems strong, but for some reason if you have a problem with the threads on that other part, then you're done. But that one's just a rod. I don't know. Should never have to touch it. All right, well, let's look at these pads then. So these pads are the pads that go up and down, depending which way we're going. We're going up, so we're moving the pad down. So these pads, as you ratchet this, they go up and then it takes the wheel off the ground, right? So obviously it becomes a table and then it can't roll around anymore and it should become fixed, which is what I was looking for that bandsaw, because you don't want it to be... Oh, okay. So here's the ratchet, and then the foot is basically cast aluminum or something, and then it's just got rubber. It's molded into it. Let's do this to all of them right now. Oh, right off the bat, you can see this one is just plastic with like a riv nut. And then the ratchet. I mean, the ratchet looks exactly the same. Let's check our little thumb wheel one. This will be a workout for my finger. I mean, it moves great right now with no load on it, but I don't know how it's going to be with a load on it. Oh, we're the same. We're the same as the WBD. It's also aluminum. And then it's got like a... It's just put into the little rubber foot. Here's a little spinner. So that's plastic with metal. It's interesting. It's not, I mean, it's not bad. This one would be good because of the price point. It's the cheaper price point with the stud. If you have something that doesn't weigh that much. Another thing that's good about this one is when you turn it, from what I understand, this little knob doesn't move, so you're not going to have this pad going up and down when you don't want it. As these ones, when you turn this ratchet, see how the ratchet moves? And then it ratchets, and then as it's ratcheting, it's moving the foot up or down, which people were complaining about. So this one doesn't do that, but then you have to deal with the thumb wheel. So that's kind of up to you on what you want to do. I mean, if you're not really moving this thing around at all, and the item is not that heavy, I think this thumb wheel would be good, and then you save yourself 20 bucks. So that's the comparison on those. Also, something else that I noticed is that on these home ends, the cheaper ones, the stud that it comes with, and you have to use a little Allen key, is longer than the WBDs, which, you know, may be a big thing for some people, it may not. It's about like 1/4 of an inch. They are the same exact threads though. They are interchangeable. You can thread them into both of these. So that's, you know, I guess a positive. So I don't know. I guess it all depends. I guess the biggest thing is this pad, you know, cast or plastic. Now here's the thing is the through stud. These are both the through studs, and they both have the cast aluminum. This is that with the plate, and then this has the plastic. I don't have another set of these, so I don't know if it's like this for all of these, and then these ones get these, but you know, they're all rated for the same weight. They're all at 550 pounds each, so... Well, I'm going to pick probably this one, because this is the one I intended. And we're going to throw this on my Doall bandsaw, and let's try it out let's try and get it mounted. Hope the thing doesn't have a huge problem and come falling down on me. And let's see how well these work. So I'm going to get these assembled, and then we'll go look at the bandsaw right now. Okay, so let me just show you guys this real quick. So each foot has these two little slots, and then the foot has the slots on both sides, and then the cutout for the wheel. So you just line it up on the screw, and let's see if we're even in the right direction. And then it goes in, that's going in. And then when you're done and the slots hit, then I don't have to hold it anymore, but there it goes. So, you know, nice little foot. I forget how much this goes up. Let's do that real quick. So right there, it's about off the ground. And I mean, I want to say you have about 1/4 of an inch for leveling, which I guess if your floor is off that much, you got some major problems. So, well, they go higher, but that's kind of getting that's out of its pod. So, I don't know. Interesting. And then the studs. You know, they seem like a good idea and concept. I'm really hoping that they end up working out for what I want. It would be a shame if like people were saying that this ratchet will fail when the load is on it and you're really trying to ratchet this up in the air or not. I mean, again, this is why I buy these things off Amazon, because they have just such an amazing return policy. But you can't, you know, wait and hold on to them. You gotta get this thing installed. But it's pretty nice. I mean, I have to say they are a little pricey, I guess, you know, $60. But, you know, for moving something around and setting it down, especially if this works for my big heavy machine, I mean, it's going to be worth it. Especially if that means they're going to last a lifetime. Let's make this foot go up and let's set it. Yeah, it's not bad. All right, let's get this is going to be the one I'm going to use. I wanted the ratchet. Oh, also with this ratchet, you're supposed to be able to put something inside to give you some help with ratcheting. Obviously, this doesn't fit real well, but anyways, that's the idea of the hole. It's not threaded from what I understand. It's just, well, maybe. It kind of looks threaded, actually. I wonder if a 1/4-20 bolt will fit in that. Very possible. Here's a 1/4-20 bolt. No. I mean, it's in there. I don't know if that fits. I mean, it starts to thread. It might be fine thread, or maybe they're just not. See, this one will have threads. I don't think it's supposed to have threads, but the 1/4-20 fits in it to give you like a handle. So, all right, let's get the gantry crane in here. Let's lift up this bandsaw and let's get this set installed and see what happens.
Man, that thing's almost maxed out. I don't even know if it's gonna... Really need a taller gantry crane. I guess it's not rated for this. What is that rated for? It says 1,000 pounds. I think it would be close. All right, I'm sorry about that, guys. I got to the point where the gantry crane had no more mechanical advantage. I'm 215 pounds and I could not pull and winch this Doall up any further. I mean, it's pretty close to the top, but I've gotten things taller than that, but the mechanical advantage was just gone. That pulley is only rated for 1,000 pounds. I've never put this much weight on that. I have other pulleys that can do a lot better, but this is what I had set up. But anyways, I was basically millimeters off of the ground to where I had enough room to just use a pry bar,
and give it some more advantage, and then lift the base up, pull out the dirty pallet, and throw some blocks under it, so that way, for some reason, if it does come down on me, it's still in the air and it's okay. I'm at the point right now where I can put the casters on it and we can try it. The reason why I was going with the stud casters, I was going to make an entire base for this. And then I noticed that these wings, which mount to the ground, are actually offset down. So I don't know if I built a whole dolly, whatever, for this thing to mount on, if it was just going to be all weird. So I was like, you know what? It's already got plate under it. It's already got plate. We'll try these. If they work, they work. If we don't, then we have the one with the that's not the stud, it's that mounting plate, and then we'll make a base for it and do it that way. But you know, this one, just put it on, bolt it, and then hopefully it'd be done. So we're gonna try that right now. So it was a little hectic for a minute. I just didn't want to drop this thing, so we got it out. We got the floor cleaned under it. Let me grab the casters. I'll set you guys up and let's install them and see what happens. Okay, so we got our studs, and because this is an American bandsaw and we're using China casters, we'll try and mix out the negativity, and we'll use our 100% snap-on ratchet and 12 millimeter Allen socket. So yeah, this is starting to feel a little more American. Let's just make sure they're all on. I just heard that pulley behind me creaking, so now I'm a little spazzed out. I just don't want the thing to snap on me, and most of all, me get hurt from that pulley snapping. All right, we got our studs in, so let's let me bring you down and let's try and get these on. All right, so this thing is still creaking on me and it's freaking me out. Okay, so the only thing that this didn't come with was washers and lock washers. So I went to my inventory and I grabbed a washer, a lock washer, and then their supplied nut. So let's, and this nut is a 19 millimeter. And again, just to combat the whole China thing, we have again a snap-on wrench. So we are going to hopefully get rid of that nasty voodoo. Oh yeah, these things aren't going to be. So that's, I guess, where people's complaints are, is the length, because that is not what I want. All right, let's try this again. The studs that they gave me with these casters are too short. I grabbed the longer ones from the manual adjusters. We'll use these to see if they work, and if they work, I will grab some bolts out of my bolt bin that I have, and we'll get the right size. Oof, this thing is still scaring me, making noise. Yeah, these things like just fit. I don't even like that. I like it when they stick out more. I put my hand to the side in case this thing comes crashing down on me. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. Let's go do the others. Let's grab my nuts. I already... Yeah. I already tightened these studs in really good on the bench, so we don't need them getting loose and having a problem. I mean, they look Look good. I don't know if anyone has put any of these casters on machines like that. I'm sure they have. I haven't really seen too much about these posted, or it doesn't come up in my searches anyways, so hopefully this will be helpful. I want it to go up. I want it to be on the casters to see if it'll raise it. That's what we need to know, if it's gonna raise this machine off the ground. All right. They look good. Let's see how well they work. Now we need to get this wood out. Let me put you guys on a tripod, because if there's bad things that happen, I want to be able to get out of the way. Jeez Louise, man. Holy cow. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh man, I'm so excited right now. Oh man. let me get this off the gantry. That is so awesome. Oh my God. Let's try and jack up the feet and see if it becomes fixed. That is, I'm so this thing's so heavy. That's so awesome. I mean, it's not as heavy as like a mill and stuff, but oh, that just, oh man, I'm just so happy. Let me bring you down. Let's see the casters. We're gonna use our 1/4 inch bolt just to help us. And we'll flip it. Flipped. I just don't know if it's gonna lift it off the ground. That's the biggest thing. Let me get a light for you. Ready? It did it. This one worked. That's a little let's do them all. Let me do them all. So what I'm doing is I'm ratcheting it up and I'm just touching the wheel. I just want it off the ground so the wheel spins. You don't want to have this thing super high. I mean, unless you're leveling it, I guess. But right now, I just want to... That wheel is off the ground. It's a little shaky. It is a little unlevel, but it is a little shaky. But you know what? To get this thing to move around the shop, get it where I want it over the course of time, and then bolt it down, so far, they're worth it. I'm so happy. So we got all the feet down. The feet are down. The caster, the wheel spins. The foot is all the way on the ground. There is a little bit of flex in it. You know, probably because it is unlevel. I would have to level it, and to be honest, I don't want to. I mean, I guess I could, but the table's not on it. I mean, I could throw a level on each one of these and do all that, but the concrete has a little bit of waviness in it. But for what it is, for being able to move around the shop, for how easy it was just to put those on and everything, I'm super happy. I guess you guys probably want me to try and level it, so let me grab a level. All right, so we got a torpedo. I don't have a longer one, which would be way more accurate, but this is long, but it's on the studs. So it's a little, this side needs to come up just a little bit. So and it did. The other side's off, but you get the drill.
Well, guys, hopefully you watched till the end. My conclusion is I like them. It doesn't seem super stable when it's on the feet. There is a little bit of rock. I guess you could get used to it. It could be a little dangerous if you use it for saws and stuff. Like this is a saw, table saws, things of that nature. A workbench, stuff like that, I don't see why it wouldn't be a problem. Not really sure, but it's holding the weight. It's moving around, and I like it. In fact, I like it enough to where I'm going to take the manual turn ones that I should have put on this so you guys could have seen it. I really didn't want to do it twice. And I'm going to probably put them on my my hydraulic press right now. That thing needs to be rebuilt and gone through, and it's the same. It's got the holes already for it, and I need to get this thing moved around too. So the weight of this, I'm assuming, is less than that Doall, obviously. There is a lot of steel on that though, so we are going to test those little twist turns and see how well it does. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it so much. I'm sorry I was gone for a little bit. Stay tuned for more stuff to come. I've got some things in the works that I think are going to be very enjoyable, and we got to get this shop going. I just bought a bunch of wood and things like that and electrical stuff. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Later. All right, guys. So a little bit of a bonus if you stayed till the end. I put it on the casters. So these casters are the manual thumb wheel ones. And let me tell you about these. I hate them. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. You know, they spin down super easy until you touch the ground. But once you touch that ground and you start putting weight on it, it really becomes a bear on your finger. I mean, you are... Ugh. So I've had to use my little pry bar in order to pry it and then push it. And let me see if I can get you guys. And basically you have to push it. Once you push it with this bar, it's not that bad, but it is... I'll tell you what. You don't want to be moving something around a lot with the little thumb wheel ones. That's why they came out with the ratcheting. I mean, they are 20 bucks cheaper in some areas, and they're cheaper a little bit. But holy cow, man, just the effort is probably more effort than I like. So go with the ratchet. They may break. I've heard some rumors that the ratchet will break eventually, but for the ease of use and everything, go with the ratchet. You know, but I mean, they do work. They do work. They're just, you know, it depends how much time you have and do you want to sit there doing that. So, especially if you're older and your hands are getting weak, this is just not your choice. The ratchet is, because you can put the handle on it. So, anyways, thanks.